Good morning, everybody. Back on site on the sugar shack, just painting some lines here where I got my stone going into the outside of the building. Gonna spread this all out. Got my edges all dressed up on this, looking so nice and pretty. So now everything flows like it should. And yeah, I'm gonna lay out the back now. All right, here's my marks here. I don't know if you can see the paint. Goes like that, about 10 foot. It's got a little curve to it, and we got to get it down into the woods here because he comes from he's got paths all through here, so it gets kind of mucky, and he's spinning with the tractor in the sand, so that should work out. And this will get him up into the garage, and that's a drive-through garage out the other side and on the stone there. Then this will all become grass, and then grass over here. So let's get the stone a-rolling. All right, guys, all graded out, looking fine and pretty. Got all my edges all nice along here, and that will keep the, you can see the garage doors, how they were splashing up with the rain, all the sand. Now that won't happen anymore. Got that all dressed up. A little bit of grading here that was eroded filled in a couple low spots. And then we got this little 10-footer here that comes out and gives him a nice little path going out to his pasture, because he does, all his maple trees are down here. He's got paths all through the woods. It's pretty cool. And like that, so he can get down through there and come up here and keep his tractor tires clean and go on in the garage. So yeah, this job is just about complete. We got to get a generator pad. I guess it's up in the corner up there. We got to do a 5x6, he said it was, or a 5x4. So that will be next. Good thing I didn't come with the wood today and pour it out. I would have been had it in the wrong spot. So I thought it was down here, which that's what I was told, at least in the fall. You know how things change. So all right, this is a wrap. I'm gonna load this machine up and head it back to the yard and find something else to get into. All right, thanks. All right, guys, just one of my normal evenings, you know, after dinner, go down, mess around with equipment all the time. So I have a little, was pressure washing some stuff. I have a little leak on the bottom of this pump here. That's getting dropped off tomorrow morning to get serviced. I don't have time to put seals in that, and hopefully it's just seals. Then we're gonna job for the dozer. So on the last job we were on, I noticed some rattling in the stack, and you know, I kept hearing it. So then I took the stack off, and that is what is rattling, which is that piece right there. Broke off. Ugh. The weld broke off, and I had fixed that before. It just obviously didn't work, so I'm gonna have to fix it better. I'm gonna have to put this on there and weld that on, and then put a piece on this. It only got to come up to here, and then it goes up through there, maybe about this high. Then that stack slips over it. Don't know if these clips will ever make a video, but I'm just making them anyways. So if they do, they do. But yeah, I'm gonna weld that up maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna try to weld it like this from up here, which isn't the best way. The best way would be to take this whole bonnet off, but this stuff is so heavy. Then I gotta disconnect the air cleaner, and then there's another pipe in there, and then the radiator has a funky little thing going to it. So it's a process getting that all off. So I'm gonna try to do it like that first, but we'll see. And then one more thing before the 160 is getting loaded out. These tires still ain't on. I called the guy today. He apologized, and yeah, hopefully he gets to it soon. But I told him, hey man, I'm trucking. I gotta use my truck, so we gotta make it happen. You know, we gotta be on the same page. So then just doing a final quick service to this, and then, well, that's locked already, but my sight gauge is down on because remember when I blew that line right there, that black line, I just had the hydraulic fluid, what I had, it was on a little hill. So when you put the boom like this, that's how you check the sight glass. So it showed it then, but I knew I was on a little hill and I didn't want to overfill it. Let me grab a keys. I love this sign. If this equipment can't work, neither can you. Take good care of it. That should be on every piece of equipment, huh? It's even a reminder to me. But yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. This sight glass here, when the boom's all the way down like that on an excavator, you want this fluid in the middle. And like I said, when I blew that line, this machine was tilted a little, which would have brought that fluid up, and I just didn't want to overfill it. So that's on the checklist before she gets loaded. All I got to do is fill it in right. One of those covers there, I can't see up there now, but one of those covers you pull off and dump some fluid in her. Only about a gallon low. But yeah, these machines are going to be transported, mobilized to a site that I did my first video on. I was stumping with a ripper. So that was my very first video. There was frost in the ground, and there was still little traces of snow. So that was early spring, probably late winter. And yeah, these are going back there, and we're gonna, because it's really dry over there now, so we're gonna put in that driveway. It's a 2,000-foot driveway. We did the first phase last year, and then ran out of time with the winter, and then we were supposed to get back to it, and then we got a bunch of rain and the thaw and all that. So then we just said we went down and we got on, well, you seen all the other projects we've been doing. So yeah, that's what we got. We got a couple other houses to dump in, and I'm hoping Miko comes back soon. I know he said a couple more weeks, but I'm trying to get him to get one of these machines, maybe just a dozer or the off-road truck, and just be able to cruise around, you know what I mean, and not do no walking or manual labor. So all right, that's my evening news. We'll check you in the AM. All right, guys, good morning. We're back on site over here. Stay hydrated today. It's gonna be a cooker out. So what we got here, nice little stairs the homeowner put in. Mixing some concrete for the generator pad here. 80-pound bags. Got a little generator pad going in, running off of natural gas. And that will be the last thing on this project for now. So we just got it boxed out 5x3. Stay 2 foot off the house for code. It's got to be 18 inches away from any window. So all the measurements worked out in this corner. That's why they put it here. And yeah, all the other utilities are here. So we're gonna get this in. I just got to install some wire, and we're gonna start throwing in some concrete. All right, we'll check back. All right, here's our wire. Just a little pro tip: stay about 3 inches off the edges all the way around. That's just rule of thumb on any standard project. All right, that's load number 2. So 4 bags so far. Put the wire up in the middle like that, and yeah, we're in this nice little cubby corner. Super hot, super nice. Love it. Gotta love this weather. Humidity feels good on your bones. So yeah, we just gonna get this in, screed it off. Simple basic finish, just a generator pad. All right, so a little pro tip on the mixing: always put your cement to one side, put your water down the bottom, and then you just do little chops along this, just like that. And just keep chopping it in as you go. Otherwise, you get all the dry in the bottom of the barrel, and then you're working out twice as hard. So again, the 2 bags, we're using about a half a bucket of water for 2 bags for the consistency we want. All right, so it took 9 bags on a 5x3 pad, 80-pound bag, so for an AC unit. So remember, 5x3, 9 bags, in case anybody needs to know that. And then just screed it off like this with a 2x4. So your heights are perfect. Take that, put it back in there, and we should be good to go. And then I'll just get a finish on it. The sun's on it. It's going to dry up pretty quickly, and I'll walk you through it. All right, all screeded off. So the only tools I'm going to use on this project is an edger, and that's like, you're just going to run the edger down here to knock the stones down. So it pulls the rocks back, just so when you strip the boards, and it gives a nice finish. So you do that first. Do that instantly after you screed, and then then you'll see the process as you go back, and it's all going to be finished afterwards. But your initial hit doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to get those stones out of there. So that's one tool we'll be using. The other one is just a magnesium float, and we're going to put a swirly float finish on it. But another tip is make sure these boards are all tapped. See how it's jiggling that concrete? That way you don't get no honeycomb when you go to strip, and it'll look nice and pretty. Just tap them, just like so. All right, we got time for this to set up. I'm just gonna do a quick edge on it and let the sun do its work. All right, guys, just about noon. Let's see what we got here on the pad. All right, starting to dry up. What we got here, once the shine goes away, you're good to go. Basically use the same tools that we did, and give it a good float. See how it starts to swirl up? That's the finish we're looking for. So we're just gonna swirl the whole thing. And I hit this a couple times in the process, you know, as it was setting to get it flatter. But when you swirly float like this, it really gets flat. You see how that didn't fill? Because it wasn't flat, and then all of a sudden it fills. You keep working it. Big float marks like this. Little floats where it needs it. Little swirls, I mean. And this is just a swirly float, they call it. Basically what they do, you see on sidewalks. And then you could run it out like this without the edge. We've done it like in California when I worked out there. That's all they did. You know, they didn't put a finished edge like this, but we've always done it. So we just do it, and that just slicks it off. And the edge the same way. And you just come and you lift it up like a airplane. If you lift it up like this is what happens. It gets like a stackly, like a stucco look. So you want to always come up like an airplane, and then it finishes off. Corners go the opposite way each way. It miters that in nice. And you want to go slow. You'll feel the rocks, especially this mix. You know, it's a hand mix. It's a bony mix. So just like so. Get all four corners. I already pulled my pins, my stakes that were around the edges. I already pulled those, so I don't have to come back. The guys installing the pad or the generator will just pull the forms there. We work hand in hand together, so I won't have to come back. All right, guys, there's the finish. Everything's mitered in, nice. Edges looking good. Nice swirly float. Pretty basic. 5x3, 9 bags of 80-pound mix. Yeah, early afternoon, so I'm running over and mobilizing equipment to a site that I did my first video on. I was stumping the land. It was still, I was battling the frost, and we were putting in a 2,000-foot road. So we're gonna go back over there for 3-4 days and straighten that up a little bit. It's really dry, I guess. So we'll go get you going. We'll end this video, but that's where we'll be for tomorrow's clip. All right.